All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Just a quick reminder before I forget, while everybody's here, we are having advisory on Thursday. I'm not sure if they've communicated that with you or not, but I wanted to make sure I threw that out there just so people could put that on their schedule. I think the point is to prep for student-led conferences that are coming up in a couple weeks. And also, more importantly, to prep for schedules for next year. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So here we are at advisory. Hold on just a second. Let me let this person in. So on our advisory page, at the very bottom, you should see March 16th. There's two things. Department videos is, let me go ahead and click on it. This is basically a bunch of videos that I guess each department participated in creating. And I think the purpose of it was to really promote the classes that each department is offering for next year. So if you could take some time today to click through each one of these and just kind of watch the video that each department created. I guess this is like all the career and technical videos that you can, or the career and technical offerings that you could take next year, all the English electives you can take, the fitness and, PE electives you can take. So you're more than welcome to access all of that stuff and see what each department is offering for classes for next year. With that said, while I click on this last link before I explain this, don't forget that next year you are more than welcome to take Running Start. My son is going to take advantage of that for next year over at North Thurston High School. So if you have any questions about that, it's a pretty straightforward process. You can just Google Running Start SPSCC. That's the college on the west side, South Puget Sound Community College. And then they have just a running list of what you have to do and the steps you have to take in order to participate in Running Start. It's pretty simple, actually. You'll want to do all that work on your end through Running Start, through SPSCC first, and then you'll kind of take care of everything at Timberline. You want to make sure you apply at Running Start and get approved and all that kind of stuff before you do anything at Timberline to drop your classes for next year. So with that said, this is the last thing I got to announce to you, and then I'll turn you loose. You want to make sure that you complete your credit checklist. That was the thing when I started sharing my screen that I popped up. We actually talked about it last Tuesday. It's that rubric that you go through and you check. These are all the classes that I've done. Now these are the classes that I have left to complete before I graduate. I went ahead and uploaded both the video from last week and the credit checklist from last week. Again, we saw these things last Tuesday, so if you did them both, then you're good to go. But if you haven't done these, this is the most important thing that we're going to talk about on Thursday, that we're going to talk about during student-led conferences. This is what we have to get done. We've got to get you scheduled for next year's classes. So with that said, make sure you do these by this Thursday's advisory. If you didn't print off this credit checklist, please do so. You want to make sure that you've gotten credit for all the classes that you've taken so far, and that you've got a plan for classes that you have to take moving forward. Okay, that's what this credit checklist is for. And if you need any direction for that, again, this is the video that we saw last week. Advisory this Thursday, don't forget, we're going to have that Thursday at 8:20. And again, the purpose of it is to make sure everybody is good to go and has classes picked, for next year's schedule. So keep that in mind. Like I said, student-led conferences that are coming up in a couple weeks, the main focus of them is just to make sure your classes are chosen and you're good to go as far as your schedule for next year. Outside of that, we'll still talk and chat a little bit, but that's the main focus. So any questions? Good question. I had a question about Newmarket. When I clicked, let me go back a little bit. When I clicked on the world languages, I got the arts videos. I will go ahead and post inside of, as soon as we wrap up here, inside of this announcements page, I'll go ahead and post the links that they sent out to us. Somebody created that other page, so I'll post the actual links in this announcements page. So maybe check in there and see if maybe somebody screwed up that link or something like that. But I'll post all those links right here as soon as we wrap up. Newmarket, I don't know anything about that. So I will send that information out. Actually, I'm sorry. I will find out that information. And on Thursday, when we meet again, I will announce about Newmarket, about any information concerning that. So thank you for asking. All right, so just to recap, go watch those videos. I will post all the links in that announcements page, and then make sure your credit checklist is good to go. Make sure you've printed that off, you've checked off all the classes that you've done already, and then you've got a plan, you've got a schedule built for next year's classes. All right, hang back if you want to talk to me about anything. If you're good to go, go ahead and take care of that stuff, and we'll see you all Thursday. Bye, everyone.